There are several different types of attention. One distinction neuroscientists and psychologists make is between attention that we consciously or voluntarily direct and attention that's automatically engaged by or drawn to some sensory stimulus or event in the external world. When our attention is captured by an object out in the real world, it's usually because of some unique or extreme property of that object. It could be because the thing appeared suddenly, or is very bright, very loud, or because it's approaching us very rapidly. Or it could simply be something that stands out from its surroundings. For example, your attention will automatically be drawn to an object that is different in color compared to all of its neighbors, or an object that's moving when everything around it is stationary. This sort of attentional selection usually happens automatically, without any intention or goal on our part, and is referred to as involuntary, bottom-up, or exogenous attention. On the other hand, we sometimes consciously choose what to focus on, usually based on some behavioral goal that we have in mind. When that happens, the thing we focus on doesn't need to stand out based on its visual properties. Imagine focusing on a well-camouflaged bird sitting in a tree in order to notice the exact moment when it takes flight and capture the perfect photo. This type of conscious attentional selection is known as voluntary, top-down, or endogenous attention. We can also direct our voluntary attention based on a couple different criteria. For example, we can voluntarily direct our attention to a particular location in space. Often in normal life, we do this by moving our eyes to the location of interest, what we call an overt shift in attention. By moving the eyes to that location of interest, we bring the fovea, or the high-resolution portion of our retina, to focus on that location, which will then provide the maximum information about objects located at that attended location. But we can also attend a location without actually foveating or looking directly at it. This is called covert spatial attention. Think about bringing a child, or maybe a pet, over to a friend's house and keeping an eye on your toddler or dog using your peripheral vision while you have a conversation with your friend. Or trying to politely keep your eyes on a speaker at an awards ceremony while covertly tracking the waiters walking around with hors d'oeuvres and drinks. We can also direct our attention based on properties or features of the stimulus. For example, the color or motion of visual stimuli, or the pitch or timbre of sound and voices. You might use this type of feature-based attention when searching a crowded room for a friend who you know is tall and wearing a red jacket, tracking a bird flitting through the trees, or even searching for Waldo in the Where's Waldo books. We're not always aware of how little we notice some stimuli while we're focused on attending to others. The next video will demonstrate this trade-off.